Hey everybody, today is Friday, September 4th, 2020. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. It's been a hell of a week, so we should just dive right in. Hope you guys are good out there. The first thing is some pretty awesome PC gaming news. Nvidia has come out and announced their new line of cards after much anticipation, kind of what we expected, but what we really didn't expect is just how powerful these things are. So here's the gist. There is the new 30 series of cards. Of course, there is the main guy, the 3080, which is going to be $700, and that's releasing September 17th. The efficiency and power is doubled compared to the 2080, which is already nuts because that was a pretty high bar. So then there's also the 3070, the lesser card, for $500. But even this card, the technically lesser card, is said to be even more powerful than a 2080 Ti, which costs like $1,000. I have a regular 2080 and I'm already looking at this like, gee, thanks. The 3070 is going to be releasing in October, but there's the big guy, the 3090, which I appreciate them dubbing it as the BF GPU. This is a big bad boy, triple slot GPU. This is like that overkill, crazy production GPU. This thing is going to be $1,500, and it's releasing in late September. So these cards are rolling out very quickly. Of course, they're tossing around a bunch of words like 4K 60, better ray tracing support, stuff like that. We also have a look at some of the specs. We're going to be showing them here. So yes, technically, by looking at this and judging from first impressions from some outlets like Digital Foundry and stuff, these cards are definitely, obviously going to kick the pants off of next generation consoles. That's just how PC gaming kind of works. You just have to deal with Windows, which is annoying and terrible. I will never stop complaining about Windows for as long as I live. Still, I think it's worth pointing out just how exciting this is. The 2080 and the architecture already marked a massive jump in terms of just power to price and accessibility, and now the 30 series is an even more massive jump. The PC gaming hardware right now is seeing just like unprecedented improvements year over year. It's really kind of like the crazy earlier days of cell phones where every single year they were just getting thinner and thinner and more over the top. But the fact that all these outlets are going on record saying that these graphics cards blow the pants off of last gen graphics cards is really promising. There's so much to look at. We've linked it in the description down below, a bunch of sources. We've got some cyberpunk ray tracing gameplay running on these cards, a bunch of things. Also in other news, just keeping you guys informed in case you missed it, both Marvel's Avengers game came out this week, as well as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. They both are releasing today if you're watching this on Friday. And we're making videos on both of them, so keep your eyes peeled. I already put out a before you buy for the Avengers. I'm working on one for Tony Hawk. I was up all night playing that. I'm very tired. Keep your eyes peeled for those. Let's move on to some Nintendo news. A surprise Nintendo Direct came out of nowhere, and I completely slept through it like a bum. I woke up to the news of the long-rumored, finally confirmed Super Mario 35th Anniversary Collection. It is officially called Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which includes Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Then we're also getting a Super Mario 3D World released separately. But this big, exciting 3-game collection is releasing September 18th, right around the corner, and it's just pretty damn exciting. Super Mario 64, interestingly enough, the way they're doing it, it's more of the original aspect ratio, so you're going to have the black bars on the side. I'm surprised, and I was hoping that they would actually juice it up a little bit, kind of clean it up a little bit, but they didn't. Then also, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is not included in this collection. I know a lot of people that are personally very disappointed by that, but for me, you guys know I'm like a weird Super Mario Sunshine stan, so I am very happy and looking forward to replaying that. Interestingly enough, though, can you believe it? Nintendo's up to some bullshit. When are they not? So the Super Mario 3-game collection and the Tetris 99 style Super Mario game that they also announced, Super Mario 35, those are both going to be limited releases. They come out and then they're being taken off sale basically in March. So they're going to be selling these digitally and physically for only like 5 months, and then that's it? What? It just seems like some sort of weird move Nintendo's trying to do, trying to rethink things, but I think ultimately for us, the consumers, it just looks not cool. It's kind of a bummer. They like to create like kind of that scarcity, that mad dash to get the new thing. I'm not gonna lie, I ran and immediately pre-ordered all this stuff. Like, I'm part of the problem. But the bigger question is something I've talked about before: video game preservation, and the fact that they're only making a very limited amount of these things just kind of makes me wonder, like, why do this? Why put the work in if it's something that's not going to last forever, Nintendo? Maybe that's why they aren't really doing much to the Super Mario 64 port. I don't know. But that is a thing. That's where we're at. There's a couple other things announced from the Direct, so if you want to learn more, all this stuff is linked in the description down below. Next up, this episode is brought to you by Vessi. Now, a lot of you guys have been watching for a while or follow us on social media. You know that we're a little bit of shoe snobs here, but Vessi has really impressed us. Vessi is absolutely perfect for folks who want a straightforward, dependable shoe that is actually legit, and they look and feel really great. They've been great, comfy, daily drivers for me, especially because they're waterproof, despite being a knit shoe. It's crazy. These kicks are incredibly breathable, yet weatherproof at the same time. It sounds crazy, but it works. It's this new Dymatex dual climate knit material, and it's great for all seasons. They just sent us a fresh pair. Check them out. Like, they're grippy, they're stretchy, they're so easy to put on and off if you just need to go run out and do something real quick. But most importantly, they're comfortable, man. They're easy and comfortable. So if you want to check them out and get $25 off your order, go to vessi.com/gameranx. And thanks again to Vessi for sponsoring our videos. Thank you for that. Now in other news, some Sony news. Interestingly enough, it seems like Sony is more interested in putting more of their titles on PC, thanks to some corporate stuff. That's just how I'm going to explain it for now because it's so boring. But a 2020 corporate report says, and I quote, "We will explore expanding our first-party titles to the PC platform in order to promote further growth in our profitability." They said specifically, competition from online PC games and players from other industries is expected to continue to intensify. Interesting. It's Sony taking note of the landscape of gaming, how it is now, and they see how much PC gaming has risen in the last couple of years, and they're possibly going to embrace that. Not to mention the fact that I think Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn both sold really well. So that's something to look forward to for twofold. For you PC players who maybe haven't gotten access to these games in the past, maybe like something like God of War or Bloodborne soon, fingers crossed. But also for Sony fans that, like me, that also play on PC, I would love a reason to replay these games at a crazy high frame rate and just better graphics and just continue to burn money. Let's just... Still, I think that is a very interesting thing if this continues to go down. So ultimately, I want to hear from you guys in the comments, like, what games do you want ported to PC? What PS4, even PS3 games do you want to show up on Steam? Now let's break down some trailers and some stuff you may have missed during this week. Let's catch up. There's a bunch of things linked down there. The first is a trailer for Dutch in Predator Hunting Grounds. What took you guys so long? I'm still keeping my eye on this game. I really hope it gets better and better and improves over time. We also got a new look at the Star Wars stuff in The Sims 4. Also, The Witcher, CD Projekt Red, they've made a The Witcher Pokemon Go type of thing. It's called The Witcher Monster Slayer. A lot of you guys have tweeted this at me and wanted me to talk about it. To be frank, I'm not really into these types of things, but it's cool. I always like to see them trying new things and just new spins on that formula. We got a character trailer for Marvel's Avengers. New character is going to be added soon. It's Kate Bishop, which is pretty sweet. Another trailer for Observer System Redux, which I hope we have time to look into because the original release of Observer we missed, but it's a really cool concept for a game. And also some reading material. I like to recommend some reading material every once in a while. I always say, like, we spend so much time talking about games on here, we should be well read up on them. So this is via Tempest Raven on Twitter, who sent this to me. Thank you. It is a CNET story that goes into a deep dive about a canceled Avengers game that could have been. It breaks down all this interesting information about a THQ Avengers game that was in the works, but just never got off the ground, and it's just an interesting read. I love stories about canceled projects and what went wrong and just the potential there. It's cool. So if you want to read that and watch all these trailers, all that stuff, link down there. But also, something very interesting to highlight is The Witcher 3. Let's go back to The Witcher 3. One of my favorite games. A lot of people, probably their favorite game. I still think it's the game that has like the best in-game sunsets ever. Maybe next to Ghost of Tsushima, but they're going to continue it because CD Projekt Red has announced that The Witcher 3 is coming to next gen and even next-gen PCs and consoles. And it's going to be free for people that already own the game. This is pretty insane. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is coming to PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5 with a range of visual and technical improvements, including ray tracing and faster loading times. And it's going to be free to all current owners of the game on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That's straight from the horse's mouth. That is awesome. Like I said, pretty unprecedented, but very cool. Very CD Projekt Red. They got a lot of goodwill in the gaming community, and now it's like I feel like they're overachieving. It's like that teacher's pet at school when you're just like, stop raising your hand and answering all the questions right. Stop. So I can't help but chalk that up as a win. I think it's important to point out things that we like, consumer-friendly things. There's so much to complain about. We have so many issues. I personally knocked the Avengers game for having some microtransaction stuff I didn't really like. So on the flip side, we have positive consumer stuff like this. Hope we see more of it. But hopefully that was a quick catch-up for gaming news for you guys from this week. Hopefully got you informed. I got to go back to working on a bunch of videos. We got a lot to do here. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments about everything going on. Are you going to make the jump to the 3080 or the 30 series of cards? What card are you coming from? I'd love to hear that. Also, maybe it's going to be your first time build. Welcome to PC Gaming. There's so much to talk about with that. I want to hear from you guys. Also, of all the trailers this week, what interested you the most? And like I said before, with PlayStation possibly bringing more of their exclusives to PC, which do you want to see and why? Let's talk about all this stuff down in the comments. We'll be down there as much as possible. It does get a little crazy down there sometimes, though, so if you want to yell at me directly, of course, be sure to find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino, or my other YouTube channel, Jake Baldino. That's what it's called. But thank you guys for coming around every Friday. We really appreciate it over here. We love making the show. Thank you. If you did enjoy this video, clicking the like button does legit help us out. It helps our videos. We do appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.